Yo! What is going on, SP? First episode, here we go. We got Clutch up here.
What up, what up, what up?
We got JF over here.
Yo, yo, yo.
And we got Mr. Bo down here. This is your panel tonight. I hope everybody enjoys. We're gonna be breaking in every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes, we're gonna look at chat. We're gonna take questions. We're gonna do things like that. I have notifications off. I'm not ignoring you. It's just a warning. Today, though, we are gonna talk about the inception of SP, the idea, where it came from, why it started. And I'm certainly excited. How about you guys? How you guys feeling about it?
Good, man.
Yeah, man. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
It's been a long time. How long has it been now?
It's about to be a year, right?
No, yeah, about a year. No,
About to be a year.
I think just shy.
January. This January.
January 21st was when we sent the first like big invites out. But let's start a little bit further back. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Hazy. 5 years ago, I started streaming the first time Destiny 1 with a Connect for the Xbox One. And I did it for fun. I didn't do it for anything more than fun. I was laid off, and I think that's when I started. But I realized that there was a lot of work into it, and I didn't want to put that much effort into it. I was getting married, starting a life. It was taking up a lot of time. So it's kind of like pick one or the other, grow up, shut up type shit. But then COVID hit after we got married, and we kind of got back into it a little bit more heavy. In that time period, I learned about Discord. Discord's a monster. But I met Bo, and I met Clutch, and another guy, Chaos, who actually was very, very important part of this whole server being created. Turn them up. Can you guys talk again?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
mic
Can you
check.
guys mic check real quick? How do they sound?
Mic check up here.
Mic check, mic check. Let's go.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, everybody sound good? Okay, cool. So during COVID, like really like the real initial pump when COVID locked down, I had joined a Discord and Chaos, Bo, and Clutch were in that Discord.
The dream team.
The
as
dream
they call
team.
us.
Yep, pretty much.
That server fell apart though. And it fell apart quick. Like I woke up one morning and it was gone. I don't know what happened. I didn't know shit. I remember waking up
Awkwardly
and
funny but true.
I remember waking up and going, did I get kicked out of this fucking thing? Like there was a sense of community in that Discord that I had never seen before. I remember looking at it and going, this place is a superpower. Like this place is a superpower. I've never seen anything like it. That sense of community was unlike anything I had ever experienced, and I wanted that back. There were some things about that Discord that I didn't like, some things I didn't necessarily agree with. Their way was what would you call it? More monetary,
As pay to play.
pay to play type.
Exactly.
Pay to-
That's a better
Or
words to it.
Pay to win, whatever you want to call it.
You put in, you got love, pretty much.
I saw and felt that pressure at times. I did, for sure. But I remember after it broke up, and we'll get back into that later, because that's part of like where Bo and Clutch come from. But I remember after it broke up, like a few months had gone by, like several months, and I missed that. I missed it. I wanted that back, that feeling. So initially I talked to Cheat, and I'm like, yo, Cheat, we need to make a Discord or something. We need to do it. Like, do you want to do it with me? And she was like, I don't really know. But yeah, I'll support it. And then I'm like, who do I know that can even make one? Right? So that's so initially I don't even know how to work Discord. I don't know nothing about it. So I called Bo. Hey, Bo, my friend from the other Discord.
Help!
I said, Bo, I need your help, man. I was like, what does it take to like start a Discord server? I just need you to start it. And I'll take care of everything after that. To which you said what, Bo?
What did I say? I don't even remember.
Well, our first
I
conversations.
think honestly, I think I like kind of like what's the idea, like what do you want to have in it, and if I remember correctly, like I had a template just sitting, like pretty much ready to go, minus some important, like I don't want to say minor details, but more like personalized details. I think I had, if I remember correctly, I did have a template just sitting there.
So like basically you're saying like you had a Discord that was laid out like SP is.
Well, no, again, you don't know. All right, so for everybody that doesn't know, if you make a Discord server, you could then clone it like identical. It's called a template. So you can I can make 17 Discords in 3 minutes. You just clone one if you're the owner of it. So I think I just always had one sitting in case, because a few people have always asked me to help them with Discord. So I had like eventually just templated a couple different things up, whether it was streaming or your personal, like everybody, like I know a lot of people, streamers have their own personal Discords. But yeah, I don't remember exactly the details.
I know that. I remember I said to you something along the lines of, "Hey, I need your help. Can you like make me a server?" And you were like, "Yeah, I can." Like, what do you want it to say? All that crap. And then you made it. But there was like a week there where we were talking about like how we were gonna name the different channels like a little bit more specifically, right? Like the way we were gonna make it look and such. And then kind of like going over who was gonna be able to help initially, like
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like how can we take this step, into the right direction? Like how does it happen? What do we have to do? I mean, I don't think I had any idea what I was stepping into. I mean, I had really high hopes.
No, that 100%. You had no idea what you were stepping into. I do remember giving some advice back then, and you're like, "Nah, don't worry,
It's gonna be fine.
it won't be like that. We got this."
Well, I was definitely hopelessly oblivious, like in the sense of like this. I had like a romantic idea of what it was gonna be about, right? Like there was gonna be this happy place where everybody was just gonna love each other. You know what I mean? And it's interesting that it is essentially like that, but you really have to like hold the fucking guards up.
Yeah. So to explain it, you thought it was point A, point B, right? And it would just go here.
Yeah.
We found out it's
Uh,
it's a long road.
Yeah.
And it never stops, obviously.
Right. And
It's constant work.
It was interesting because initially I was not prepared at all, but we had those conversations. That was early January. That was like January 12th or 13th, I think. I think it was like I think it was a week or 10 days earlier than when we initially started to send invites out.
Well, we definitely had it. What do we have? I mean, we had about 4 people come in just to, hey, can you give us can you look this over and tell us what you think?
Yeah,
and
shit like
use
that.
it.
How are we gonna? So that's where Clutch kind of comes in, because once you had, well, before that even, how did you?
Chaos come in.
People don't really understand how integral you were in the whole idea of SP, because you're so silent in the server now. Like you don't talk at all. You're not really an in person, in front kind of a presence anymore. Not that you ever really were. You were pretty upfront about that as well. How
so what was it, January? No. How long has COVID been around? This COVID thing has kind of messed me up. It's 2 Januaries of COVID now, right?
Yeah.
Or I should say 2 Marches. So the first March, that's when I got into streaming, because I was sitting home with nothing to do. The work had kind of picked back up for me, so I'm at the computer a lot. I can see a lot of background stuff, but to sit here and talk for a good part of the day is kind of hard. But I do try to watch it and stuff. Keep an eye on it, say hi here and there, be the mystical,
mythical unicorn.
Mythical present, yeah, this little present. Hey, who's that guy?
There,
But,
why did you, how did you end up with the name Streamers Paradise anyway? Because you also
to be
you named it.
so this was like a yeah. So to be honest, it was just I just threw a generic name on it. Being in a couple of different discords, right, for streamers, it was kind of like a generic name, and I kind of just threw it on there. Okay, whatever, here we'll change it, and then it just kind of hit me one day. I was like, wait a second, SP Streamers Paradise. It
And
kind of hits different when your initials are SP.
right. So that's how he kind of
It
sold
wasn't.
me
It
on it.
wasn't even planned. It
Yeah.
wasn't even planned, and it worked out.
It did. It did. It worked out in a big way too, because every time I say what I wanted it to be called, people kind of laugh about it.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think I didn't even make the connection until we actually became friends on Facebook because
Yeah.
I didn't know the name until your Facebook group.
Right.
Actually, and then I was like, wait a second, like,
Yeah.
how'd
So
that
it's
happen?
so SP are my government initials, and it just was like, yeah, I could dig that. I can dig that. Streamers Paradise it is, and we ended up sticking with it, which was, I mean, I thought the stars aligned. It took me a little while to figure out that he didn't do it on purpose, though. I didn't know that. He didn't tell me this story initially. So that's a whole nother story, though,
That's a whole
because
nother story.
yeah, because I was like telling that story with pride, like, yeah, man, fucking Bo came up with this, and like he gave me a really good nickname for the server, and it's my initials. Like he thought about it. he really thought about it.
No, you should have took the credit
So-
though, right? I
so-
should have just been like,
You
yeah,
shoulda.
man.
So it's not exactly on purpose, but it's like it's on purpose.
Meant to be.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Meant to be. So the various talks that we had about the train in the beginning, right? Do you remember talking about this? Do you remember that?
Oh, hold on. No, I was actually just sorry. I blanked for a second. Is that your mom in chat?
Yeah, it is. My government
Oh my
initials.
God.
I gave those to. I know, mother, but I don't want to say my last name. Uh, over. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I seen your. I just seen the name and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
Hi, mama. All right. So what did you say? Sorry, I was OC. ADD. OCD.
The various talks that we had about the train in the beginning, I remember it was initially this was a very touchy thing, how we were gonna have this happen. And I remember we talked to Clutch and to Bo. Like we had like this conversation kind of at the same time. How were we gonna handle this this train thing? When we initially started talking to Bo, I remember you saying like you should try and get Clutch on here. And I was like, you think he's gonna come? You think he's actually gonna come though? Because there was and I'm going a little too bit far ahead. I'm actually gonna stand up for a second while Clutch picks this up. But
Please.
but there was a minute there. I wish I could find it, but you were like, it's getting weird in here. Like, do you remember that moment when like you looked around and you were like, this looks a little fucking familiar? Like this place is getting a little strange. Different topic, right? But yeah, initially getting you up here, Clutch, was one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do. Clutch was playing hard to get for way too long, but Clutch, take over from here, man. How you showed up, how I approached you with Bo. Didn't Bo approach you first?
I don't remember who approached me
Hold
first.
on.
I'm pretty sure it was you, Hazy.
I may have thrown out a
Like a little hint, like, a little
subtle
blown.
hint, like, hey, what you been up to?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. to speak on it a little bit, like before, like from that first Discord that Hazy mentioned, when we was all three together, Bo, Hazy, and I. Hazy wasn't really a part of staff; he was just a regular member. So, but me and Bo, however, was part of staff. So that I think that took it to a different approach because Bo, what he did over there, in a sense, he does the same thing over here. So Bo always just been the same type of person to be able to run things from the background, which is critical for a Discord. You always fucking need that, right? Me, on the other hand, when I ran that helped ran that Discord, I wasn't part of an owner. I was like a higher staff. Basically, we had a raid trade thing, similar thing set up, and the only difference about it compared to how it was over there was that with the raid train, that it wasn't structured. Basically, we had to set it up where it was like affiliate days, non-affiliate days, staff team day, whatever. And we would just throw out random raids to people that were on throughout that time, throughout the day, right? the trouble behind it though was that we had a large staff team. Yes, it was running good. People were showing support to the train because everybody got a chance to be on it, as long as you showed support. But for the staff, it was a lot more work behind the scenes. So the fucking work you had to do to be able to be there at the moment, to be able to send the raid train over, it was really a hassle. Top of that, it was people, some people were getting more worked over than the other. That's how the Discord fell apart, because it wasn't a good structured team. When that fell apart, I was already part of another Discord. And in this Discord, I'm also running too. So at this point, when Hazy had brought this to me, that he wanted me to help him run this Discord, I was already running a Discord. So me personally, I was just blunt about it with Hazy. I was like, listen, I'll help you run it, but I can't just abandon this other Discord either, in the sense, because I was like loyal basically. But I'm willing to run it. I mean, I knew Hazy since DZ, that's what it's called, and it was a great time. He was always a great supporter. He came to my stream, he always was lit. And when it fell apart, and he didn't even know it fell apart, we still had a connection after that. We still popped into each other's streams, show each other love, and that's how pretty much I came in here. And then I guess getting that knowledge though from having those raid trains and knowing that it wasn't structured, I figured we could do that here and try it out, because Hazy had this big idea where he wants his Discord to be bigger than what that one was. And
there was no way
once
that
again,
we were gonna. Sorry.
No, I was like, once again, it was hard balancing between both things, but I pitched him my idea of the raid train being structured, being on a schedule basis instead of having to randomly have to hit the people at the moment when you have to send the raid over, so it's more organized. But I told her straight up, like, I want a team. That's what I overall want. I don't want to be able to be on this by myself. So as long as you get me a team, let's do it. I'm down to just give it a shot. And why not? That's exactly what Hazy did. And that's why I respected Hazy since then at that point, because he got me a fucking team and we was able to just take control of the raid train. And that's pretty much how it started from there.
My answer to the raid train was just a flat out no.
Yes. That's what both said.
I said nope.
I remember initially though, like you just said that you didn't. I mean, and
no, I didn't say it was a bad idea. Let me clarify. I said I don't want to be part of that. Because it is hard. It is the hardest work. It is way harder than anything you guys think I do, or how hard I have to. What I did was running that raid train. So all those raid train coordinators have the hardest job in this Discord, I think.
Nobody thought that in the beginning though. So that's. Did you? I don't know if you initially had said how much bad blood had come out of those. Yo, can you pass the raid? Like you didn't say that, right?
No, that was like one of the bigger downfalls of that previous Discord was, like Clutch said, the lack of organization. And like we said, it was kind of a pay to play, right? So coordinators people who are in charge of passing the train, moderators, whoever you want to call them, may have had their favorites who may have been on that train as a last minute call too often.
Yeah.
That's a good way to word it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, with us being as nice as I can, I mean, that's pretty much how it was run. It was a shit show. Like there was no structure. Like there's so much structure here that it works and works good.
There's a consistency with it as well, though. That's the thing. Chi is that consistency.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a structure and a backbone to support. There, it was a free for all.
It was, and I didn't even know that.
Structure.
It looked
but that's part of the reason why I think that Discord disappeared so fast. Nobody knew anything outside of the moderation, and the moderation team. Good parts of it didn't know what was going on. But we were kind of left out of certain, each of us were left out on certain things. So there was no full understanding of what was going on and why.
So when another thing about it that was kind of like bad as well was that that half of the staff team didn't know things was going wrong, and so it wasn't able to keep organized, and other people felt overworked, and that's how overall it fell apart. And I knew that coming into here, basically. That's why I told you, when you give me a team, organize the shit, the people we keep on top of with the structure rate, that helped take it off from there,
There was a lot of, initially there was a lot of really good ideas. We had 2-hour slots, right? Initially we were doing 2-hour slots, right? That was how it started. 2 hours, starting with the train, 2-hour slots. We always had this, we always had like the Google Excel sheet for the most part, right? All right, hold on. I got to stop here. We got 20 minutes here. Do we have any
Okay.
questions from chat? Any questions from chat?
Just look
Chad
at the
asked if I
chat.
was drinking a White Claw. That's what I've seen. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Not only do they taste delicious, but I'm diabetic and they don't have a lot of sugar. That's my excuse.
What is the future? What do you see for SP? Well, I mean, initially, this is right here. This is episode 1. So I see the future, man. With this for sure. I wanna build something that people want to be a part of. So the future for me is creating stuff that you guys want to be into. So I don't know what that is just yet. It's growing
Figure it
though.
out.
It's growing though, for sure.
It's been a progress because I think we had different envisions in the beginning where we had an idea what we want it to be, and now it just keeps growing and more and more.
Yeah, it
Like
changes.
this podcast, the idea we came out this out of blue and we just rocked with it, you know.
Yeah, and
This was
we've been putting some time into this. Why did we do the
yes.
2-hour raid train slots? Well, initially because fucking it
There's
was
too many people.
way too little. There wasn't enough people around.
Yeah, I think that was the main idea. We want to be able. I honestly thought with the 2-hour slots, because I had brought that up initially, I thought we was gonna fill them up. and prime example, because I actually had brought that idea to a previous Discord, and then the first time we had ran it, they didn't follow the same exact rules that I did, and they didn't come out good. So I just thought I had like low expectations for it. But no, actually, the first day we got it full pretty quick. And then people just started rocking with this and like, okay, we could get a bunch of viewers. What was the viewers that we had at the first start of the train, guys?
So that's the thing, though, right? Like the first big like, we did a chocolate tasting thing that we were hyping up all week, and we had like rated with 18 or some shit, and I was gassed. I was ready to go, and I think I just saw Kyle say 80 people are in here. That's crazy.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, Jet!
Let's see some hype. 82. I love it. I love it. Well, make sure you guys are following. Make sure you guys are checking us out. Jump into the Discord and go check out all the pages that we got in there. We got a lot of social. We got the Instagram, the community center. We got a lot of things coming up. Exciting stuff. We got some merch for you too. If you want Christmas stuff, check it out. All right, guys. One more question if you guys got it, and then we're gonna move on. What did I miss? Did I miss something?
Oh yeah, by the way, JF isn't actually asleep.
JF isn't
I was gonna
actually
ask,
asleep.
I do have a question. I was wondering if his JS mic was broke or not.
No.
No, it's
Since the stream is growing, will you ever do weekend streams? No, we're never gonna do weekend raid trains. We actually did them initially. We're gonna get into that in a second. We stopped it very quick. I think we did it for 2 weeks straight, and we stopped. So, White Fusion, right? Man, make the rap. Let me hear it. Make it. You don't have. Man, let me hear it. All right. Timer come back on at 9:40. So when you were running that other Discord and you were trying to balance both places, you were a pain in my ass, dude. I remember having these conversations with you, like, oh man, dude, like just trying to inspire you in any way that I can to focus on what we're doing over here. Because what I was trying to say, yeah, go ahead.
You literally said you DM. We've just literally spoken. You said, "Hey, how do I get Clutch in here?" Like like that was a conversation we had together. You said, "How do I get him here?"
I remember
like
that.
He is over there.
Yeah. Did you know that, Clutch?
No.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember.
Bro.
I literally
Hazy was literally stalking you.
Yeah, I was stalking you. I was like, yo. So here's the thing, though.
Scouting you. He was in the bleachers.
That's the thing, right? People don't understand the dedication that I had in the beginning starting this shit. I was fucking hungry, man. I'm still hungry. People don't even know what I do because I move so quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking like lightning. But yeah, I was like, I need his energy in here. I need him focused on SP. He'll do better with us. I remember. I was yeah, for sure.
And it was tough for me to balance. It was just that me as a person, I was loyal in a sense, you know. It was just that I was already helping run this Discord. It had built in a way that it was growing, but then it was just stuck in a way that we didn't evolve from there. Nothing bad. I mean, we're all still great friends with the people I was in the previous Discord. It's just that now, like in Discord, when you had brought me the idea of it, I'm always a blunt person. I had to tell you straight up, like, listen, I'm gonna have to be blunt. Yes, I'm down to help you. I'm down to see where this goes. Um, it was
But
just that I already running into the
yeah,
Discord. It was just that I couldn't give my 100% potential to it. I just couldn't do it as a person. Yeah.
so I remember initially, right? We had 5 or 6 people in the server, right? That started inviting people, and this is how it happened, right? We were bringing in new people. The process was literally like this. I had Dodgy, right? I invited Dodgy was my mod, and he was like top notch supporter. He still is. Fucking love the kid, right? Shout out Dodgy, ultimate Dodgy. He was initially a mod in the Discord. He was initially mod. A lot of people were mods when it first started. A lot of different. There was a whole different crew when this shit first started. I mean, the only people that were here from the very beginning is Chaos, Bo, me, Chi, Clutch.
From the beginning.
Like from the initial, like the first,
Really, it. It's just the
that's
four of
it.
us.
Yeah. Everybody else was like after invites, people that we didn't know
I'm trying to
But
after
think.
after we
the
started.
invites that came after that were like the most solid supporters of that past Discord,
Right. Exactly.
which gave us a very solid start
Yep. I agree.
because
I
we
agree.
invited people we knew that like because there was a period of time where there was no Discord, but we all kept in touch through stream, right? So that showed like I think that showed these are the people that support would definitely support because they're still here after that Discord had disappeared.
Yeah.
It was a very solid team to start with.
There was a sense of excitement, like, oh wow, this is reminding me of this, and I'm getting emotes going again, and I can't wait. You know what I mean? Like people were getting excited about it. They felt the energy, and it was how would you? It was contagious. You know, the energy was contagious. Everybody was really hyped for a while.
I think a good part of that started in that previous Discord amongst the top the bigger supporters because it was the first time for most of us to get those kind of numbers and see support from other people and have relationships outside of the stream.
Right.
A lot of us, even if we weren't streaming, we were talking through Discord or gaming together. I mean, shit, me and Clutch, I built I took Clutch up to the store to build his computer. I met him through a stream.
That's
Yeah.
100% fact, and that's a great example of how we networked in a way in this Discord and built a relationship. He lives like 20 minutes from me, and we never fucking knew that when we first met each other. And then at the beginning, I was on a console, and then Bo I always knew was always on the computer. I told him
I actually came
he
from
helped me build me a PC.
Came from console, but PC's contagious, man.
It was definitely worth the investment. Bo took me to 45-minute drive to go there to get me the parts. Actually, the first day, to be honest, Bo, that shit was closed. It was closed because of some like COVID shit happened, and we had to come back the next day. And he took me there. We ended up being closed, dropped me off, came back the next day, took me back over there, and come back. Actually, the following day, because he took me back home. I tried to build the PC myself. It was a fail. And then he came back the next day and helped me build the PC. We built great relationships. That Bo was a real one, like, for doing that for me, And I just met him off this one Discord. We helped run it together,
Yeah. The one
Yeah,
before
I
this.
think
Like the
Yeah,
one.
Yes, the one.
the original one. That's what I'm saying. We had
The original
because
one.
of it. That one had failed, but there were some solid relationships built there.
Yeah, 100%. But so initially with Dodgy, I invited Dodgy, right? Dodgy invited Ethics. Ethics invited Slug, who then invited Dingo. Right? So like those that boom, boom, boom. All those people are here still, right? All those people are here, and they're my fucking boys. Like they're all our boys. Like those, like
Family.
it's just weird how dodgy.
And plus, I was gonna say, with all of them, they're not from around here.
No,
They're all the UK.
all of them. Even-
all of them the UK, bro. I feel like it's a crazy, mind blowing thing that we are developing such a crazy relationship with people that we're not nowhere near of, you know?
Yeah. So it's interesting too, though, because Dingo, for instance, he's the highest staff member in rank that we didn't know beforehand, right? So he's somebody that 10 months ago we had no idea who he was, right? I remember actually thinking he was a dick. I remember he don't give a shit about this stuff. He doesn't care. Not like an actual dick. I remember him not. I didn't think he actually gave a shit. He didn't give a shit. That's what I thought. And then he ended up being the most consistent, of that group. Like just so consistent.
It's the only person that started from the top.
Yeah, no, for real. He was a raid. Was he a raid court? Was he a raid court? I don't remember if you started as a raid court or not. You are, yeah. You started as a raid court. So he went from raid court to mod to senior staff to admin, and he deserves it. JF, you came in right after that.
Yeah, it was like the end of February this year. Yeah, I can remember like the first day I was in, I was like, what is going on here?
And that was
It's
what, February, what was the date exactly? Do you remember? I know I have it here.
I can't remember exactly. It was like the end of February. Yeah, I'm going to say like the 19th or something like that. But yeah, literally I was link dropping on Facebook, so I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
It was February 28th. So we were out for 1 month. We were a 1-month-old Discord, and you came in and you were like, what the fuck is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, because, well, the start of the story was, like, around Christmas time last year, me and my partner were talking, and she said, yeah, why don't you start streaming? I was like, what the fuck's streaming? So I was like, yeah, okay then, I'll try it. So made an account on Twitch, didn't have a camera or anything, didn't even have a mic. So I was just basically streaming gameplay. I think it was Battlefield 5. And yeah, I started link dropping on Facebook, like getting absolutely loads of,
Follows.
likes. Yeah, follows. And then no viewers at all, apart from the missus. And yeah, I think you commented and said, look, join this Discord. And I was like, what's Discord?
What's Discord? Wait, why do I always forget that you were sketched out when you were sketched out, right? Like I always forget.
That's a scam.
Yeah, I always forget. I always forget that you were sketched out. I feel like I get you and someone else confused. Maybe it was Splice. I always think that Splice was. Yeah, that's true. Splice wasn't nervous. But yeah, go ahead. You were like, who the fuck is this guy, right?
Yeah, it's like you commented once, and I was like, no, I'm going to do that. And then I got a DM off you. I was like, this guy's like really persistent.
Damn.
So yeah, so I joined and I was like, what is going on here? This is nuts. Like just colours flying about the screen, people talking. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. So I lurk mode activated.
Yeah, lurk mode activated.
Yeah.
I was teasing him the other day. I don't think that he said a word unless someone spoke to him directly, right? For maybe 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Like he talked to whoever spoke to him, but I don't think he outwardly like engaged in conversation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that fairly accurate?
That is 100% accurate. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
So let me ask you a few questions here. Actually, Clutch, can you ask him a few questions? We're gonna stand up for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So when you had to come in, so I mean, you said the first impression of the Discord, you was in shock. I guess it came to a time and point because now obviously you applied for staff. So what was that? What made you want to apply for staff, basically?
Well, after a few months, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is like an ambition, because basically everything in my life I've been kind of like what we see over here, like half-assed doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never really actually like stuck at anything. So I thought, this is going to be like, my time to actually do something what I want to do, and I'm interested in it. So started chatting in the Discord, being friendly with everyone. Actually started to open up a bit and get a bit of a personality. And yeah, I thought, yeah. Actually, no, I didn't actually apply for staff. At first, it was like, I don't know. I think it started off with Hazy just giving me the, without me knowing, by the way, the emote helper role, and I was getting all these pings. And I was like,
Oh shit! They just threw it on you like that. Okay.
Well, I mean, I was trying to bring the best out of him, right? Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, I figure he's an introvert, right? He doesn't. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to call you out, Jeff.
no,
Like,
it's fine, it's fine.
he's he's just very very to himself, and I want he's talented. Look at what he's done. Now I'm not gonna say that that's not in crazy practice over the last 9 months that I've seen him. He's fucking dedicated his time, and we'll get into that, right? We'll get into what he's done, right, and how he's grown as a graphic artist and digital artist and such. But him applying for staff as that emote helper thing, that's what the question was, right? Why'd you decide to apply for staff?
Yeah, well, originally I didn't actually apply. I just got given the
Staff helper?
offered. Yeah, offered for the staff helper role. I took it and I was like,
Oh,
yeah, this is like,
wait, hold on. You never applied for staff. This doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
This question was for Dingo, and we
That's what it
switched
was.
it up last second. Dingo
That's why.
applied, right? JF never applied. We actually, between him and Disco, they were two of the best members that we
Yes,
had,
man.
right? And we didn't want them to be staff because it's such a pain in the balls sometimes. That's really the truth of it. And we didn't want him being like, fuck this place, I'm out of here. Because believe it or not, like that is the hard truth of it. The hard truth
It's
of it is,
usually they go from raid core to staff to gone.
yeah, right. They went from like raid core to like they went from staff helper to raid core to not here anymore. Like that's happened several times for sure. Rainbow was a little bit forced as well too. We pressured her in a sense. Because she wanted it, but she didn't want it, you know. But yeah, I remember that because we were doing temps, right? So that's what happened. We were doing temps, and because you were a staff helper, right? So this whole thing just got unlocked, right? Like this is story unlocked here, right? This is JF's fucking history here.
yeah.
JF,
Well,
go ahead, tell it, because that's what happened.
yeah. So basically, right, I think it was either you or she posted in the server. Everyone jump in a general voice who's interested in staff. And I was actually looking for the music channel. I'm not gonna lie.
Wrong channel.
So I called you on it mid-sentence, right? I was like, Jay, if you actually trying to be a part of staff, and you were like, no, I'm just looking for the music channel, and we all busted out laughing.
That's literally exactly what happened. Yeah, and you kept on asking me, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do it? Are you sure you want to do it? And I was like, Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta
And,
take a quick break. I'm sorry, JF.
yeah,
Open
okay,
it
let's
up
go.
to the chat. Open it up to the chat. What was I drinking? It was a White Claw.
White Claw.
Oh my god.
It was a White
Everybody
Claw.
was
The
White
claw,
Claws.
the claw is the law, bro.
The
Law
claw
is
is
the
the
law.
law. I like that actually.
All right.
Sorry, that's a white thing.
We got a few minutes for some questions. If anybody wants to ask some questions. I want to thank all of you guys for the hosts. Thank you for the hosts. Dopey, thank you for the gifted sub to my mother. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Asked, are you going to have any SP members on the podcast as well? Yes, that is absolutely the plan. Absolutely the plan.
But now if it changed.
How do you become staff now? So you have to apply. You definitely have to have good attendance. You have to be active in the server. We're looking for you to be like at least a level 10 and super involved, helping the community and acting like your staff before you even apply. Acting like your
Unless you're
staff.
me.
That was for you?
I said unless you're me.
Unless you're Bo. So Bo, Chaos, and Havoc are the only, and PS4 Platinum. So those are the people that are not required to be active in the server. Everybody else has a sense of requirement on staff. There is a pressure after that as well that I can't necessarily explain, but you will feel it once you become staff. Just so you know.
There's an expectation.
Right.
To say.
There's an expectation, and it goes from being thank you to why not to, you know what I mean? Like there's the expectation comes. Ooh.
That's a good one.
Where do you
Jingo's
vision
question.
SP in 5 years? So that's a good one because I said to myself, and I've been saying it more and more out loud recently, that I've got a 5-year plan. I've got a 5-year plan for SP. Where do I see us in 5 years? I'm hoping that in 5 years we're a legitimate org and we've got 500,000 followers on Instagram and we've got viral videos every other week. That's the hope. That is the hope.
I want to clutch to answer Dingo's question.
What was it?
What do you enjoy most about being staff?
Ooh, most about being staff? I mean, I think it's the relationships and the people that have been on here. I enjoy helping others learn this experience of helping run this Discord. It does take a lot of time. It takes the time off your personal life to be able to do it. And I think at the moment, the current staff that we have now all know the pressure. All know the pressure of what it takes to be able to help run a Discord. And as of right now, we are all still openly willing to be here. We don't force anybody to stay. Like, if you can't take the pressure of the staff, you go always step down. We let everybody know. We had to have a lot of previous staff members, but the fact that like the people that we got now is just so loyal to it and they understand what it takes to make it work. That's what makes it grow. And that's what I always looked for from the previous Discords. We never had that. And in this Discord that Hazey brought together, this is what we got. I think I enjoy just helping everybody and just all growing together. That's what I really enjoy about being a staff.
That's a really solid and well thought out answer. Dopey says, how do you feel about the growth from January till now? And I really like that question actually because we have grown crazy and it's not as simple as you would imagine to get a raid train going, right? Like that shit is fucking hard, man. Like it's hard because it's like you gotta like tell people what to do essentially, and they gotta want to do it, right? Bo, like is that essentially it? Like you gotta request. You gotta request.
you know how I feel about these raid trains, right? They're great. They're helpful. They bring a lot of exposure.
Yep.
But the stress, bro. Do you mean gray hairs there are here? It's
Yeah.
not from the kids. There's a lot of stress, but they are worth it.
They are worth
they're
it.
definitely worth it.
They're worth it because of the way that, so initially, right, I don't think that I was even aware that you couldn't become a partner because of raids, right? Like I didn't know that initially, right? I was in this delusion almost that if we can get 75 people together, right, if we can get 75 people together, we're gonna watch each other and we're gonna do this. No, that's not how it works, right? We come together like this so that way we can elevate each other, right? So we can reach the people who are organic. The organic viewership is in those recommended sections. You got to think most of the people on Twitch are other streamers. The audience is other streamers. Unless you're a fucking top tier streamer, your audience is other streamers. That's just the way it is. There's not really a lot of people that aren't in the business of streaming in some form or fashion that are searching for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody's really hanging out trying to say like, oh, who's streaming Call of Duty with 13 viewers? Hey, where's Nick and Tim?
Right. Exactly.
Where'd Nate go? Why is he not on? Oh, let me go over to YouTube and see him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you have a name, it's not an easy name to build.
So
those raid trains help you reach those people who are genuinely looking for more streamers to watch or support because they stream themselves.
I personally also thought of a raid train just a great experience to, like, even if you're affiliate doing it, just be able to get comfortable in front of a big audience, and that's why a better point to it, you know, to learn from it.
the back to the question itself was, how do we feel about the growth, right? I want to say that the first couple of weeks, the first month when we were starting this, we were so excited, so happy to have 20 people on the train. We were so excited. I remember like just above 10 was like, damn, you know? And then I remember I was getting a little flustered when we would hit underneath 15 for a little while there. But we've seen a solid 5 supporters come to the SP brand, right? Because we're asking you to support SP as a brand, right? And the people on the train for the brand of SP, right? You support them while they get organic viewership by coming together as the community, right? You make that possible. You make that possible. We support each other and we make it possible for us to break down those doors that hold people back. The algorithm doors, I like to call them, right? Because they're real. So we've went from 10 people, right, average to now we're almost at 60 average, which is fucking crazy, right? We're at a 60, almost a 60 average every single day, all day, and that's progress in itself. Let me move on here. So I'm jacked about the growth for sure.
I was gonna say, I think when SP started, there was like a vision, but it was super blurry.
Yeah.
It's like we knew we wanted to do something great, but we just didn't know what that was yet.
That's for sure. And I had no idea how it was gonna happen either. Like, and that's really the important part of what I try to express to people is that I was on autopilot for those first couple months. Like I have no idea what happened. It was just like full speed ahead. Will there be an intermission break? I mean, we can take a quick break at 10 if you'd like. Revenge. How often is the podcast? The podcast is going to be every 2 weeks for now.
Depends. Yeah, it really depends on how it goes.
Yeah, it does depend on how it goes.
I would say they will be 1 hour though, right?
Yeah, they're gonna shorten up after
so
this.
It'll be 1 hour. That's just an intro 2 hour deal.
Yeah, we're telling you about how this place started, and then we'll get more regular with it. Topics will become more regular.
It was a HazeyyVision, right?
A HazeyyVision.
Oh, that was an accident too.
Just an example. February 2nd, I held 11 average viewers in SP. Damn, dude. February
That
2nd.
was a big deal. That was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
Clutch, your mic's got some feedback.
That was a huge deal. Okay.
But,
All right. We're going to get back into it. So, JF,
Yes, dude.
back to you.
Back to me. Right. Where did we leave off? Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, staff, I was like, right, okay, let's give this a go. And I was like, literally blown away again of initially seeing how much you guys do behind the scenes. It's absolutely insane. So it's kind of a bit, right, okay, this is out of my comfort zone. I need to actually, like, you know, try and voice myself a little bit more, which is quite hard for me to do because, yeah, it's hard for me to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah, massively, but I don't think I would ever look back. This has made me into something what I actually enjoy doing every day.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
It's become a part of your life, you'd say?
Yeah, well, this is like literally 50% of my life.
It's about 98% of mine, so like
Yeah, it's
what's it been like
It's really-
watching it grow for you? Like you've been here for a while. What's it been like?
well, yeah, well, going back to what Clutch was explaining, like the 2-hour raid trains. My first raid train was like 2 hours, and I was like, oh my god.
Do you remember how many people were on it?
I think it was like, I'm going to say high teens, low 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And, yeah, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? I've got to try and talk for 2 hours.
Did you?
No.
I imagine.
I think out of that like 120 minutes, it was a good solid 4 minutes 20 seconds of talking.
4 minutes.
Yeah. 420, bro.
420.
Well,
What is your favorite part about SP? Like as you've grown to love it.
I think it's just meeting new people every day. There's new faces literally every day, and I just enjoy speaking to people now. And not that I didn't before, but you know what I mean.
It's just a different vibe.
Yeah, different vibe. I've gotten to know so many good people. I literally call the majority of everyone like an actual friend now. Yeah, it's just it's been absolutely insane since I joined like late February to see the member list just grow and grow and grow. The viewers on the train, I mean, literally sitting at 74 viewers now. That's just it's absolutely insane.
It is crazy. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting. Like literally, I think what's like exciting for me the most is like not one day is the same. Everything's different. Like the stuff what people stream on the train, it's really enjoyable to watch. Yeah. And,
One thing that I do find that is pleasurable is the fact that it is an international place. There's somebody from a different part of the world on that train, like every single day. America, Canada, Africa, Australia, the UK, fucking Belgium, whatever you can name it, right? They're there.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that you said that because initially, from that first comment what you put on Facebook, I actually thought you were British.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go to your channel or anything because you know what I mean. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's. Well, I thought that Facebook group was actually a British Facebook group. Obviously not.
No, I don't even remember what Facebook group it was though, because I was in so many at that time, man. Just mass inviting people, and dude, we were so unorganized back then. Like, Clutch, do you remember how unorganized signups and I don't, JF, you wouldn't have been there. Bo, were you even involved in any of the signups? You had to have been, right? At least,
No. I mean, all I ever did was look at the channel and be like, damn, this sucks.
I think Vo was a
So-
steady
No,
viewer.
man, I was always against, not against the raid train, but you know,
You didn't wanna
from-
drive
from
it.
Past. No, I mean, look, I don't. You everybody knows that you don't see me in the Discord, right? So I don't feel right asking for a spot on the raid train. I really don't stream too much right now, but I've always been. I've had a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to the raid train.
Yeah.
Not our raid train, not your raid train, because you guys run it really good. Everything's organized, but knowing how it was before, it was.
You still are living in that day of like,
Yeah, man,
it's that bad.
But here's the thing: is like my position then was here to oversee what happened, and to just try to help people with it, with no organization, not on their end. They try to be very organized with it, but my role was to kind of tell them what to do, help them with this, help them with that. But then there was somebody above me who would say, "Oh no, do this," but they would never tell me, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do." So I'm kind of going like, "Hey, what's going on?" There? You know, there was a very unorganized structure and no reason for it to be unorganized and no explanation of why it was so unorganized. So I just have a really bad taste for like running one of those. I don't like it. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want to have a say. And Clutch runs, like, he has so many ideas for it to keep it organized and keep it structured. And I think that's because he was one of the people that was trying to keep it structured in the previous group, was doing his best job, and voice was probably never heard
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that group. So for him, it was a lot of work that made sense for somebody else to say, "Yeah, give it to this person." You know, so like for me personally, like I've never wanted to have a say in that.
Sluggy was the first person that was like an official train like lead, like the raid train lead unofficially. I think he was the first person in the early days. We didn't have sign up times that suited everybody, so it was like first come, first served. We dropped the schedule and then you just signed up, and if you were there, you were there. I don't know if we did it for the whole week at some times. I don't remember exactly how we did it, but I have some dates here, right?
I mean, to backtrack it, we when we first started the raid chain, I brought it out here. We did the 2-hour schedules. We didn't even have, I don't think, a channel. It used to be in my DMs. I used to get the raid train slots.
Well, that's what I was
And
about
they
to
had
say.
send it-
February
Yo.
6th, dude. Look, among several others, did the first Chi, Clutch, Dingo, Sluggy,
Mhm.
Ethics. You guys did signups in the channel, in DMs and in Gen Chat for the first 2 weeks. You guys
I
were
remember me by that.
you
Yep.
were throwing out anybody want 10, right? Shit like that. Hit my DM. Didn't you screenshot a couple of things like that if you want to read them off, if you have them
Yeah.
there. Like shit
Yeah.
that you would say. But the current regiment for signups was created after like 2 weeks of the server being completely fucking unorganized like that. We ran into a wild amount of issues. Wild amount of issues. One example would be time zones, right? Time zones were crazy. You wouldn't think that they were such a big problem because we were saying like, hey, we're from Eastern time zone, but they were a big problem.
Where did we have members from, though?
So we had members in Africa, Australia, the UK, Canada, of course, right? The good old USA. But to not have that, we ended up, we had a chart initially, right? Is that what happened? We had a chart.
Yeah, I remember that we had to lay out the time zones for people.
Yeah, we had a
This is
chart.
your time, and this is EST.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. She's saying she still has the chart. We would advertise times available and would tell members to
Thinking-
DM Clutch the time they wanted.
I'll tell you, it was all DMs, bro. My DMs was blown up. I think more on my side though. Like when I started it, I wanted to be safe and make sure it ran properly. So I knew, like, I think the first day I knew it was good at that point. And then after a couple of days, it's like, okay, my DMs are blowing up a little bit. We need to.
Yeah, this is not as organized as I thought.
we need to fucking come up with something different, and that's the channel idea, you know, making the channel to be able to have everybody come to this one channel where everybody puts the time for the slot and we could see everything, track everything properly and shit like that. That's where the idea with the channel came from. Yeah.
So we just got another 10 o'clock. So we're going to take a quick intermission. So that way, if somebody wants to go to the bathroom, they can go to the bathroom.
Me.
I'm going to drop the be
Criminals
right
don't-
back
criminals
screen.
don't pay.
Actually, I'm going to drop the intro. We will be right back. Right back. All right. I guess I'm back a little early. But I'm back. That is visuals by JF Media and audio by Brightside Gaming. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. So I can show you the time zone chart, I think. Let me see if I can switch over here real quick. Yep, right here.
Yeah, what kind of intermission was that?
The time zone charts. Current time zone chart. Time zones. This is the way that it was. EST was in bold. And then boom, 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 boom. So yeah, we are back.
Looks like I made it in time.
You did.
Yeah, me too.
You did. So that was the time zone chart that we had there. And we didn't have any of the proper channels for the train like we do now. And it was basically a free-for-all. And we learned as we went because we were new to it as well. Like we didn't really know what we were doing. You know, it was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. It was painful at times too, just having no absolute idea what to do next, but just trying our best. It's difficult. So
Learning from mistakes.
for sure, we went back in the Discord to see how we handle things, and we were surprised to say the least. We had no organization when we started, and now we're collecting data to calculate a percentage of how much support you show the train versus how much you drive it. So the progress is incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. Havoc set this Excel sheet up that's just top tier, right? We've been, when you talk about community, like this is what you talk about. You talk about different people bringing something to the table, right? And then people all play their part and you create something beautiful, right? Isn't that what a community is?
100%.
Yeah, definitely
100%.
agreed.
The fact that you got the people aiming for the same goal.
But let me ask you, Hazy. We spent an hour talking about where this started. where like all the troubles we've had, at what point would you say that it was turned? That we learned, everybody learned kind of what to do and how to do it, and it was kind of like a steamroll of going forward or going up the hill.
What day did we absolutely put into the Excel stuff? What day was that? Exactly. I don't think I have that
That's
date down.
the date that you actually started keeping track.
I would say
I don't.
the reason why
not
I would
sure.
say that is because I think that we had everything in the server down. Like, we haven't changed that since. So when did we start using the Excel percentages? The exact date. When did we start?
SG.
I think it
She's
was
going for-
June, July, some shit. I don't remember. Not the percentages, but the initial part before the. I can't even wait for her to answer. You don't think that's when it was? Like, you think that, like, for me, I would say that once we got the Excel stuff down with Havoc, we had the server stuff implemented for the most part. I mean, we even have like an application for people who want to apply for staff. Like, there's
I feel like the Discord was always, maybe I'm patting myself on the back, was always set up pretty well. But I mean, what I mean is, like, when do you feel like it was organized to a point where you could, like, I don't want to say take a step back, but you didn't have to stress that the team could do the job.
everybody is capable. It's more about like when they're available, right? So that's the only thing that I'd say we struggle with is like making sure that somebody's not stressing out trying to be awake. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. Like there's always somebody that's like stretching too much time. Like if you look, there's certain stretches of time where someone is doing way too much. You know what I mean? So like for me, taking a step back to do other things didn't happen until recently, I'd say. Maybe 2 months ago. Maybe 2 months ago. So maybe 8 months in.
Okay. A lot.
It's a long time.
A long time.
It's a long. So and that's not even true because she's in there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She is like the whole fucking. She is the skeleton of the Discord. If the Discord was a person, right? She'd be the skeleton that holds it together.
I had two reasons for asking this question. There's a lot of Discords out there that try to do this. We can agree to that, right?
For sure.
None of them put in what you guys put in. And that's why this one is what it is. And she deserves so much recognition because she doesn't stream. She has nothing to gain.
Right.
She puts in so much work to this Discord that I don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
She has learned so much, and she has become
The
probably
FBI
the
tech.
biggest part of, she has become, but no, not even that. That's the biggest part of this Discord, and she doesn't even stream.
It's true.
And that's where, like, that I don't even know how to explain it. That's it's amazing, right? For somebody to put in that much work to gain nothing from it, and enjoy it. And I think that's part of what helps this Discord run as good as it does.
Somebody who's completely unobjective too. Like she has nothing, no personal interest in.
Well, no, in the beginning, right? We all had our opinions on people.
It's true.
Like, because we would judge based on stream. Like, I know what you have for stream equipment or whatever. She likes to she has nothing to gain, nothing to lose. It's a third voice that's like kind of impartial to everything that we do.
I agree with that.
And it helps. I think it helps tremendously to this this group.
She works hard. She works hard, and on top of, having to do her daily routine of things of, keeping a house, doing her regular job, and she doesn't get the reward of being able to stream and like somebody saying, "Hey, here's a gifted sub." You know what I mean? Like here's some biddies or something. Like there's literally nothing in it for her at all. Like she gets nothing except for friendship.
Oh,
And yet,
definitely.
and yet she's here day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
Literally backbone of the server. Literally.
But when it comes to raid train, when it comes to, I mean, half of these channels have what is it? Staff applications. Like who's in it? Like she's the one handling most of all of that.
She handles everything.
Except for the 2 minutes you get on a forklift and say, "Hey guys, what are you done?" The boss isn't looking.
February 26th, VIP that was the first VIP announcement.
February? Oh my God! Really?
February 26th, we did VIP for the first time. We've been doing that shit. Wow.
That's a long time.
Let
been
that
that long?
sink in.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was
realize.
that.
Like,
I could have sworn it was a little more further in, but I mean, damn, that's crazy.
that's yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. So that's what I'm saying, right? Like the server has pretty much evolved to like where it is now. Like that happened fairly quick. It was about maintaining and fine tuning, right? Like the ideas and like adding different things and pulling things out, and you know that stuff has always been progressive.
I think also like week in and week out, we've been changing things to the schedule. And now that I mentioned that you mentioned now that VIPs who started back in and then, we always had VIPs and the most people that are active. I think I remember, right?
Yeah.
And then it changed to we changed out different supporters, now more lurkers and shit like that. So we always evolve with that shit, to be honest.
Yeah, it's always been an evolving type of thing. We've always pushed the envelope. It's evolved a lot from the first time. So I think initially we were only talking about the VIPs, but now we bring all of the information from the server to VIPs on Friday night. So it's like all of the data we collect, everything that we see and talk about. I remember when JF Media was voted for VIP.
I actually remember for what she's talking about now. We voted somebody for VIP, and then the stream went kind of left, and we were like, "Wait a second."
Oh right, that did happen as well.
Like, I remember, like, because I was way more active then. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a bad, but that was the first VIP.
It was the first one. Yeah, it was. So it was a big.
God,
it was a big deal to us. It was a very big deal to us. I think it was the day we were going to announce.
It was that afternoon.
We were doing a VIP.
Yes. Yes. And that,
like, what are we doing? Like, how do we even do? Like, it was like, like nobody had any idea this was coming. This was like a brand new thing, and it was like, a quick left and then a quick right to fix it, and still do what we wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
I do remember that.
I remember.
I did remember that. It's so wild.
It was a long time ago. I mean, I remember now though. Like,
no, bringing it up, yes, I remember.
So
that.
Jay,
I forgot. I see it in chat.
Were you even brought up? Did you remember? Do you know that? Did you know about that happening? Who the fuck was that guy?
Who was it?
Who was that guy?
Yeah, I can actually remember playing one game with him. It was on Apex. It was like literally the first ever time I played Apex. But yeah,
what's
strange.
That? Actually, not to bring this up,
but I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, God, was that Mike's buddy?
Mikey Lava?
Yeah.
Was it?
Mikey's in chat. Was that his buddy?
What was the story I missed? So we were talking about the
now it's starting to come back to me, but I think we were actually very close to getting rid of Mike because of his.
No,
friend.
that was his sister.
Oh yeah, that's a different story. That's a whole different story.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a whole different vibe.
Ago. Okay, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. Who was that guy? Who was he?
I don't remember the guy's name, to be honest.
Oh my God, Jay Crook! Jay Hook Crook. That was who he was. What had happened was he was the first VIP, right? So we had like 30 people on the train, right? Like it was a great day, right? But they were all lurking at like 5 o'clock on his train time, and he was pissed, or his girl was pissed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what happened?
Yeah. She was talking smack in the background.
I remember that too.
Oh my god, I remember that now.
That was super.
She was.
So we had a
Fucking
whole
shit,
lot of
man.
fun doing
Oh,
community
man.
events. So currently the VIPs, right? The VIPs now, we host them bi-weekly. I host one and then Dingo will host one. That's currently how we're doing them. I find them incredibly fun now. Like I think it's exciting to bring that information to the community. I get a lot of gratification from those streams. The first time
Man,
we ever did
how
1
has
hour
it
slots
evolved?
was the first time we did VIP in the community event. What was that, Bo?
No, I said, man, how things have evolved.
Oh, for sure. But it's
our first VIP was like an announcement in Discord. That's it.
it was, but it was also the community event where we fucking ended the train at 8:00. Right? So
I know, but it's like now it's a whole dedicated stream.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's
the whole thing. Information.
Yeah, it's like the whole package, not just hey guys, this person's VIP and they can sign up first. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I like how we keep it fair for the most part too. Like from how it was before to how it is now. Everybody got an even opportunity to be able to get that VIP, and I think that's very critical. So we show support.
I think one of the biggest things to that though is the background, right? The tracking, the Excel sheet.
The Excel sheet has made honest goodness out of people for sure.
Because it doesn't take, right? Obviously, before, right? Pay to play, right? Certain names stick out when you see them in your stream with bits or subs or whatever the case is. But now it
don't matter.
For people who are, yes, I'm saying for people who, everybody, it just whoever supports gets the support back.
Exactly. It's not about the money. We don't take that into consideration
at all.
It's about lurking, which is you can understand people can chat all day or people that chat. I feel like that is fair. It's even, playing field for everybody to fucking get it. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, that was initially what I was trying to get across to people too, is like, you don't have to spend money. And I'm going to stay away from the Ray Train specifically because I don't want to make this about my stream. I want it to be about, the group, the community. But by April 28th, right? So February, March. So just a couple months after that of us doing things the way that we were, by April 28th, we were full speed ahead. And everything that we have pretty much now, as far as the server goes, like there were a lot of staff members that came and went, and we had a lot of great staff that we've lost for various reasons. But in the end, we got to keep on pushing, right? Like we had some real ones along the way, man. That if I had a bottle, I'd drop some for, because this shit, like it was some, you know what I mean? I'd pour some out for him for real. Yeah, there was definitely some good ones. There were several times that we didn't know what way we were gonna move. Lots of personalities from all over the world. It's not easy to get along with people, right? So in this kind of dynamic, you have to be able to clash with people and not worry about, like, after that, them holding a grudge on you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to clash, be like, all right, we don't agree. We're going to do this, and shake hands, move on, digitally, whatever you want to call it. I mean, am I right or what? Like, how else would it work?
I mean, that's about the only way, right? So, I mean, that's my personal life. That's my business as a real estate agent, right? I have to do that, be firm, but not let it punish the relationship for future in case I run across this person again. So same thing, you have to be able to tell these staff members either A, what to do right, or how they're doing things wrong without hurting their feelings, so that you can continue to grow together.
It's a good point with everybody. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on shit. So I like that everybody is very well opinionated. You're gonna have to come to a point that you're gonna have arguments sometimes in between staff. We're not gonna come to the same decision, but we're all adults here, so we end up piecing it out even after we disagree on something. and that's what makes it work. That's definitely the key. I knew that from past discords because those discords we all didn't come to agreement with shit. That's definitely key to making it work, and we have a great foundation right now. We got
100%. And we are at the 20-minute mark, so we're gonna take some questions. If anybody wants to answer some questions, we're looking at chat for a few minutes. I see the eyes, Revenge. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Any questions on what we've gone over? Now's your chance. Keep it moving. Okay.
Keep going.
So, let me see here. So there's been a lot of personalities from all over the world, right? It's not always easy to get along. We clash. We've had a zero tolerance policy, right? A lot of times for most people, like asking for monetary gain, support, people poaching members, shit like that. That stuff is so apparent. Okay, so actually we do have some questions. What will we be discussing on future podcasts? So the next podcast, we're actually going to be talking about the meetup that we had and the vlog that we filmed, among other things. Just about the holidays, perhaps. It's going to be in 2 weeks. It's going to be on the short week for the raid train. So not this coming week, but the following week, we will be having a 3-day week, and it'll be that Wednesday. Does the dedication to the server make for an unhealthy relationship with my significant other? I mean, that's a legit question. So for me, it brings me and my wife closer, but that's me and her. That would be a different question for Clutch. Be a different question for JF. I say that for me, absolutely 100%. It's all we talk about. It's our whole relationship. If you so this is not an exaggeration, right? My laptop is on the dinner table. 9 out of 10 times I'm talking to somebody in a call through dinner. Almost every night. Like that's during work, I'm on the phone. I mean, it's just the dedication is you have to have it in order to build something of this caliber, right? Like this is deep shit. I mean, this is deep shit. Our family even says like, we don't see you. I live in the same house as my mother and I don't see her. I mean, it's that intense.
I could say 100%. Yes. Well, with me and my lady, like I was running the discourse before this one, so we already had those troubled times where it's like I'm paying too much attention to this Discord. What am I doing that? Not paying attention to her and whatnot, and I think overall, since we had those arguments, we had came to an understanding where she understands that I love doing this. I love helping people. I love getting to know you. I love helping run the Discord. I have a vision in my mind, just like everybody else in here, that we're all going to take off and expand and grow together. And she understands that. I think you always gotta be 100% with your lady, and respect it. Like there's times that I take away my time from Discord and I spend time with her. But then I'm done with her. I come back to Discord. Then I come back time. It's all about communication. It's never gonna work without communication, without you and your lady. She knows I'm in this to win this, and she respects it. So that's how it is in my position. Yeah.
What would you say, JF?
Well, pretty much the same, to be honest. I mean, my partner's pretty chill about this, so yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for that. Was there any other? How would other members get on the podcast? So we're gonna when we need to have some guests come on, we're gonna be asking the server for guests to come on. We're gonna be taking calls and different things. We will be doing different things. The podcast is not gonna stay on Twitch, right? This is the inception of it. This is a start, but we will be evolving in this capacity as well. All right. Is there any other questions? Hi, Mick. Thank you guys for being
Nope.
here. Love
I'd
you.
have to say the openness about relationships is good too. In case you cared what I thought.
The openness. I thought
You guys asked about the significant other thing, and I didn't get asked.
I've,
But,
you're not active.
I'm here.
You are here. You are here, and you were on time and early even. So
I was surprised too.
yeah. So when it came to that other Discord, we were super strict about monetary gains, poaching members, and as time went on, we needed to keep this place active and engaging, right? And most times we would create a role or an event in order to do that. So like we would do sneak raids on people. That was the first ever event that we did, was sneak raids, right? We had like 30 people with us, and we would pick up a non-affiliate and just jump into their chat. We actually found Gutshot Clown like that. He's somebody who we found like that, who has stayed around and been a great addition to this place, you know?
That's dope.
Let me see here. We were doing a lot of those mass invites on Facebook. I remember that. It was difficult at times, easy at others to keep it flowing in here, but along the way, we met people that stayed around and got involved. JF, right? JF was one of those people. Once we got to know each other better, I realized that he was a digital designer, and I commissioned him to make this beautiful emote that you see in the center here. Because we didn't have one, right? We were using the what the fuck was it that OG had? It was like a beach picture, right? That he gave.
Yeah,
Who put it?
some
No, it wasn't even
palm
OG.
trees.
It was he made an emote, but Chaos, I think, might have had that beach, like that generic paradise type of thing, right? Is that what it was?
I
think it
remember
was- I
like
think so.
palm trees or some shit, like some sand or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
it
it was
says Stream of Paradise.
like a clip art.
It was like a clip art type thing. How did I get into SP? Who brought me in? Bo invited me. So
Facts.
Did I invite you or did you invite me? That's the question.
I mean, technically I invited you, but in reality you invited me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So it's like you invited me to the
to the server
that, I
that
made
you
for
made, right? I'm like, hey, you want to make this server for me? And then like
You could be the first member.
you can be the first. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's how I guess that's an accurate depiction.
So we used that stock beach picture to represent paradise, but there wasn't anything that we had ready for branding at all. And JF joined on February 28th, and by the end of March, he was working on a logo. Yo, look who showed up, Mr. Chaos Edge.
Oh,
Right? Speaking of the devil, right?
Oh,
This
shit.
fucking guy, right? He's another one. He's a legend, right?
I can't believe you about the chat,
He's
bro.
another mysterious
Another
unicorn over there.
mystical
He is,
unicorn.
man.
So he joined on the February 28th, and by the end of March, he was working on the logo. We went back and forth for about a month, and at the end of April, we have what you see today, right? This SP logo that you see now. I did have a little slideshow set up of this other stuff that we had, but I'm not gonna do it. Did you see? Did you see? Did you see the reaction?
Yeah, it's about 400 revisions.
It's
I'm sure.
It wasn't even 400. I'm talking about the initial. Like, hey, I said, yo, JF, I need a logo, right? And I just don't think I inspired him initially. I don't think he was quite sold. You know, I don't know what it was. He was drunk, he said. So
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
So you know what it was? He just sent me something in about 14 seconds. That's what happened. It was 14 seconds. I think you still use a piece of it though, right? Don't you use a piece of it, the palm tree part?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I still
that's
use
cool.
that in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was out of Chaos's clip art, no? Just messing with you. It's custom.
So it took you about a month to make it. Why did it take so long? What happened?
Yeah. So, well, the initial one obviously didn't go down too well.
Can I just piggyback on that? I remember I asked you to make it. You sent me that, and then I went to go pay somebody to make one. Right?
Wow.
And so, but then that person was way
Breaking news.
crazy expensive. I was like, yo, fuck you, dude. Right? That chick Alice,
Yeah.
the person
You
that
told me
did
shit.
that did my thing. I can't even say it out loud. It just makes me want to puke. But I was just like, you know something? He's not interested currently. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't see it yet. You know, he's not there yet. And
Yeah, I wasn't.
I don't know what happened, but he switched it up real fast.
Yeah, well, thought, actually, going back a little bit further, originally, I think it was on either one of your Saturday or Sunday streams. I was playing about on DaVinci, actually, and I made a little intro. I don't know if you remember that.
I probably do. I probably have it
Yeah.
somewhere.
It was like the old like Windows 95 PC.
Oh,
zoomed in.
right. I remember that.
Yeah, I've actually still got that in here as well.
I remember looking at that and going, holy shit, if that design was different, that would be fucking incredible. I remember saying that to myself. For real, because it wasn't the logo, right? I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was the logo one. It was literally just like a piece of clip art, literally with like Streamer's Paradise like underneath, and yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what initiated the first DM. Like, hey, I need a logo making for SP, and then yeah.
Okay, right. That's what initiated the.
The I need a logo type conversation we started having. But yeah, started on the design. To be fair, if I showed you all the initial designs, what I had made up, there's literally about 30 of them.
I believe it.
I just started making them, didn't like it, scrapped it, started again, and then I think it was a DM I was having with you, and he said, I like diamonds. I was like, I like diamonds. I can make that work. So, actually, no. Sorry.
We went hex at first or something, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't this thing was turned? It was like. Wasn't
it was kind of like a square first.
No.
Like
Hold on.
No.
Because if you turn this whole thing on its side and take the box, right, from the outside, it can make like almost like a hex. They were either
Yes,
closer together or I don't know. It was like
Yeah.
6 or 8 corners, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right.
A hex is 5. Just
Fuck you.
right. Well, that's a hectagon. A hex is 6. I don't fucking know.
What is it? What is it?
Let me get another White Claw. I'll fucking tell you.
I have no idea what it is. But tell me fast because
I know an octagon has 8. That's all I know.
UFC, that's all I know too.
Right. Okay. So it had X amount of corners then,
Right.
and yeah, it was pretty much trial and error for the first week just to get the shape, and then obviously the lettering next. That was kind of the S and the P is pretty much a cut and shut of a lot of different styles of writing. Actually, no, sorry. The S is custom made. The P is a mix up of loads of different stuff what I had at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you drew the S and not the P?
It was one or the other. I can't
Really?
remember. Yeah. I think it might have been the S that was custom made. But yeah, and then obviously I like to ask people when I'm making logos and emotes and everything, what's the what's the favorite colors? You know what I mean?
Right.
So went with the purple and the blue, which if a lot of you don't know, I kind of need these to see color. So it was pretty hard. Yeah, and then added the palm tree, and I thought it might give it a little bit of, you know, paradise to it. A couple of speed bumps in the middle. Well, yeah, sorry. The reason it took so long is because I had a MacBook, which I did most of my designs on, most of the animations on, and that died halfway through it, so I had to start again from scratch.
Your computer broke.
Yeah, literally died.
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's still little bits what I'm not too happy about, but overall, I am happy with it.
How does it make you feel, like, when you see the progress in which you've made as a designer, right? To see that Streamer's Paradise has become like your piece of artwork, like it's your living piece of artwork. Everything in it you have designed. Like all of these
Yeah,
overlays, all of the emotes that you see, like you have had a hand in most of it.
yeah, it's literally unreal for me. I didn't. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I didn't expect it to be like this. If you know what I mean, I didn't expect.
People to
I
love
didn't
it.
expect. Yeah. It's kind of like I've always got a doubt in the back of my mind that it's not good enough.
I imagine
If you
that
know.
there is a bit of stress involved here.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, I mean, Bo knows as well.
Yeah, Jay's done some stuff for me on a non-streamer level. Some
Yeah.
other things, some other projects I have.
Yeah, and yeah, Bo said, yeah, I like it, and I'm like, well, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, right. I like it. Well, I don't.
Yeah, but
But
yeah, to see how far it's actually come and people actually like it, that means a hell of a lot to me, literally. And that's like literally, it's the face of the brand as well.
it is. Like
Yeah,
that's in your face. Look at the logo. Like
yeah,
check out the merch. It's all integrated in there. Like and the merch
yeah,
is crazy. Like I mean, the fucking merch, dude. Like we
yeah,
design T-shirts at night. Like
The very first what do I call it, animation that JF did. I think it was the very first. It's still one of my favorites.
which one
Which
was
one's
it?
that?
It's the dark one. A little bit with a little cloudy.
Like the freezing looking one.
Yeah,
I like that one too.
it's probably still one of my favorites.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a thick symbol, right?
Yeah, no, it's just, especially for that to drop as the first animation.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Like look at this.
I don't know if it had. I don't know if it had lightning. It was
No, I
like
think it was just
flashing light
dark.
though, right? Like flashing light, like a light bulb, like zzz, zzz, maybe.
Yeah, that was actually made by accident. I'm not gonna lie. It literally was.
So
I
many
was.
accidents have come together in this fucking Discord.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
accidents.
for real.
There has been so much growth recently. Okay, time to take some questions. My apologies. Time to talk. Who wants to talk? It didn't it have lightning, right? That's what Dopey said. I don't think it had lightning, right? It wasn't lightning.
No, it was more like it kind of was, but it was like background flashes.
Can we just play it?
I mean, yeah, but I just don't know exactly where it is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Answer the
Yeah, I was looking at the
questions.
channels and not even remembering.
I'd have to go into. Where would it be?
B. Fraser, the palm trees were kind of, if I'm not mistaken, just kind of around from the beginning as a paradise part of the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of clip arted its way in and then stuck.
Yeah. And the reason why it's in the center of the logo as well, because it looked a bit, it didn't really go right anywhere else because of the gaps in the S and the P. So it was only kind of visible as a palm tree in the middle of the logo.
How the fuck? I don't even have it in here anymore. I took it out. Damn it. I have it somewhere. Fucker. It's my channel trailer. I can play it. I can play it. I got this. I gotta go. Wait. Can I even play my channel trailer currently? Since I'm streaming? Videos.
No, I believe so. You just would go to your channel, click on your name, and it should bring you to like your homepage. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but fucking stream. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Nope. Yeah, it's like a light.
Yeah.
So simple yet.
Just
I
badass.
don't know. I just thought that was
So fire though. The way it's
Yeah.
like glowing from the fucking sky, like the lights above and shit like that.
kind of reminds me of like a Batman thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Made by accident, you said?
Yeah. That was,
I wish I could do fucking accidents like that.
For
It
real,
looks
right?
like it's frozen, and that's like a fucking like a cold breeze hitting it, and then smoke bouncing off of it. Done
Yeah,
by
that-
accident. Looks
that-
very much on purpose.
that
White ghost walking through that. I love it. I love it.
that actual logo is unrendered. That's why it looks like that.
Really?
It's like it's like half rendered.
Okay.
That's crazy, dude. That's
But
crazy.
yeah, that actually was supposed to have a background like the podcast background animated, but it didn't work. So it was just black.
Bosh said he was so hyped when he first saw the intro. Which intro? Like the new one just now, or what? There's all different ones, man. Here, look. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's too much. You guys know what they look like. But we've progressed so much. I mean, like, if there's not any questions, we could just keep it moving.
Like Angry Bosch said. 4 best friends. We can just keep talking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did we lose JF? I lost JF.
No, I think he went to sleep.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding. I know it's late over there, but
No, I lost JF's
Camera.
camera. JF, you want to send me the browser? I can just fix it up. Just resend it. Unless I just have to re-put this one in, maybe?
unless he turned his camera off. Oh, his Mac died. That's messed up.
He said his Mac died?
No, chat said his new Mac died. That's messed up.
All right.
Curious.
Rip. The Max.
All right. Well,
JF, where'd you go?
JF, let me know if you're coming back, brother. And I will... Oh, he's coming. He's typing now.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
We're all here. It's,
I
internet died?
think he sent a new one.
No, he just hopped out of the voice chat.
No idea what happened, he said. Interesting. Connection problems. Wow. All right. Well,
Connection His partner fucking unplugged the internet. That's the connection
We'll
problem.
see what we'll see if he can get back together. But
It's
JF
late over there.
was an integral part in getting this whole place off the ground, and that emo and the logo is everything in my opinion. It is fire.
No, that very first one. I remember the very first time he dropped that, and I was like, damn, that shit is fire.
Yeah, the progression has been legit. And I think by September it was. I mean, by September we started to talk about how we can expand. I think I'm getting a feedback here. Fuck.
That's
Yes.
clutch.
No, that's me. Sorry.
By September we had started to talk about how we can expand. Like, what are we gonna do? And that's when we had the idea to start making the seasonal merch. And I hate that JF just got disconnected because we're gonna talk about all the hours that we spent harassing him in a voice chat to make oh he's
Hey.
back.
Let's go. Harass.
Yeah. I don't know
But
what
you have
happened
feedback, brother. Yeah, if you're coming back, you got the thing.
there. Yeah, 1 minute.
Get him back. Get him back. He's coming.
There we go. I'm back.
You know what happened?
Internet went down for like a second.
Just enough. There you go. Nice.
Sorry about
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear me?
Yep, perfect. Great. All right. So in September, we started talking about seasonal merch. You remember that, Clutch? You remember we were like, Bo, I don't think that you were in that conversation.
No.
You were like, but we were talking about podcasting at that time. Right? So it was like podcast and seasonal merch. So it was like, I'm trying to think in what order they started because when did we drop the first Halloween shirt? Because that was the first thing that we did. We dropped the Halloween shirt. And then we just kept pumping them from there. And then we started talking about the podcast, but we got delayed several times because I was gun shy, right? I didn't want to pull the trigger. Wanted to make sure we were ready. But when did
100%.
we do the first Halloween shirt? I can't even think.
I would say like had it been like beginning October, just because of the fact that we or even before that, maybe mid September.
It was September, it was?
that.
Because we had to make sure like if you was gonna order in time for Halloween, it get delivered in time as well. So I know we
Right.
took it away from a certain time. So it had to be like beginning mid September.
And then I tried to take it away like a week or 2 weeks before October was even over because there was no point in having them there. But now we got the Grinch shirts, the Santa Gangster Santa shirts out. We got the Halloween hoodies. I mean the Christmas hoodies, all the Christmas shit is out, and I'm excited. I don't know what we're gonna do next. The next one is the year anniversary. So I wouldn't mind taking some ideas from people. Like what would be a good idea for a year anniversary t-shirt. I think that'd be a cool competition, to be honest. That's coming up fast. It's going to be a year before we know it. And what are we going to hope for on a raid train level, do you think? Currently, we're sitting at an average of like 52 per week.
I would say 70.
You think 70? I'm
I
hoping
would
Yeah,
like that
70.
75 mark.
75
That
mark would
one
be
that
crazy.
that just what it takes to get partner. Although you can't depend on the rate train to be able to get that, but I would love to average that 70 mark by then.
It would be badass. Oh my
Chaos said
God.
he'll make you a clip art shirt.
Yo, I'm down for a clip art shirt. We will hit 100. 65 is realistic based on previous stats, she's saying. I mean, I'm down. I'm down for 65.
Previous stats, I think, as useful as they are, you've incorporated a few new things that should help grow a little quicker. You know, with the new social medias and stuff, you stay on top of those. Those should help draw
Oh,
more
definitely.
people in to reach goals quicker.
I'm hoping that that the socials do have more people wanting to be involved with it though too. Like send in your clips, like make sure you're hitting the socials. We're trying to get as much as it's a lot of work. If you edit your video before you send it to us, that would be helpful. Right? Like if you have that capability to edit your video beforehand, that would be awesome. You save Clutch a lot of work. Save Clutch a lot of work that way.
It's just it goes back to like what JF was saying earlier, because when he was saying about like with the logos and having to scratch it, start again, I understand it. Because when I come out with these clips and these edit with these bloopers, I look it over like at least 100 times to make sure that it is funny. And then it gets to the point where even at the end of my stream, when I look at it, or at the end of the time I'm done with the clip, I don't find it as funny because I fucking edited so much. So I definitely understand. It will help out. But I think overall, definitely use those tags, guys. I want to be able to expand everybody's name and different type of content as well. Whatever games you guys play, it don't have to be just COD. It could be anything you guys do. I think us growing together on the social was key, because that's another thing that we're gonna have to worry about in the future. We all gotta expand some social networking, you know.
Yeah, you're just gonna tag at socials in there, and if you want us to post it on our account. Real quick, I want to shout out the Instagram for Bo here. He is at Bassin _ New Jersey. Go follow him on Instagram. JF, if you want to drop your Instagram. Clutch, if you want to drop your Instagram. Make sure you guys are following these people on Instagram, guys. Go show them some love. Actually, you can just drop the link in there. Drop your links in.
Okay, 1 second.
I'll get Bo's link for him.
Shit, I don't even know my Instagram. I had to look it up.
I'll get Bo's
I've
for
been so
him.
focused. Just follow those SP socials, man.
Yeah, follow those as well.
Because
But
regardless, like even like I'm tagging myself in there, so you can find me tagged in one of those posts. JF is tagged, Hazey is tagged. We'll get everybody tagged up in there as long as you follow and use the tags.
yeah, drop in, say what's up to those Instagrams. Yo, this is it, man. This is pretty much it for the first episode of the Streamers Paradise podcast. This was how it all started, how it all began, why we're here, and I hope it was informative. I hope that you guys enjoyed the history lesson, essentially.
Thanks for the shout out, man. I was White Claw. I was relieving the White Claws.
Yeah, I got you. And I really do. I hope that we see you guys the next time it comes around. Hope we get more people involved in it. I hope that we can do some interviews. I hope that we can showcase more people on the Instagram for Streamers Paradise. Ouch! I just hurt myself. But yeah, get involved, guys. This place has been awesome. It's been great to watch grow, and I really do appreciate everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Good talking. Good hanging
Yeah.
out.
Great
Good
time with
seeing
you
people
guys.
I haven't seen in a while.
It's always a great time talking to you guys. We do this shit like regularly, where we just chop it up and then out to be able to present it for you guys. I feel like
Yeah, a lot of people
was a
don't know.
great time.
We actually all talk outside of like we all talk to each other outside of this one podcast.
It's true. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Love you too, Ma.
I love you too, Ma. It's nice to see her, Ma. On
That's
Twitch.
amazing.
All right, guys.
That's
Yo,
amazing.
thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We are out of here. Have a good one. Peace, peace.